You know what's absolutely wild? Right now, while you're watching this, there are weeds plotting their grand takeover of your garden beds. I'm not kidding. October isn't just pumpkin spice season. It's actually when most spring weeds are quietly setting up camp underground, just waiting to explode next March. But here's the thing nobody talks about. You can actually stop them before they even think about showing up. And the craziest part? You're going to do it by planting something so beautiful, your neighbors will think you hired a professional landscaper. Stick with me for the next few minutes because I'm about to show you 5 ground covers that are basically nature's bouncers, keeping weeds out while making your garden look like it belongs on a magazine cover. Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to Earthly Gardening, where we make your garden dreams happen without emptying your wallet. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. This is your new favorite corner of the internet where gardening is fun, affordable, and actually doable for real people with real lives. And to my returning garden family, welcome back. You know, I always bring you the good stuff, and today is no exception. We're diving into something that's going to save you so much time, money, and backbreaking weed-pulling sessions next spring. Before we dig in, and trust me, you're going to want to dig in, do me a quick favor. If you love practical gardening tips that actually work and don't cost a fortune, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out. Seriously, we're building an amazing community of gardeners who are all about working smarter, not harder. And if you find this video helpful, which I know you will, drop a like. It helps more people discover these game-changing tips. Alright, let's get into it. So let's talk about something that probably keeps you up at night, or at least makes you groan every time you look out your window. Weeds. Those uninvited guests that show up to your garden party and refuse to leave. And here's what most people don't realize. October is actually the secret window when you can prevent next year's weed nightmare. Think of it this way. While most gardeners are putting their tools away and calling it a season, weeds are actually just getting started. Their seeds are dropping, their roots are spreading, and they're basically setting up a 5-star hotel in your empty garden beds. But what if I told you that you could book out all those hotel rooms before the weeds even check in? That's exactly what we're doing today with these 5 incredible ground covers. And the best part? These aren't your grandma's boring ground covers. These are showstoppers that'll have people stopping on the sidewalk asking what that gorgeous plant is. Let's jump in. Ground cover 1. Creeping Thyme. First up, we've got Creeping Thyme, and this little powerhouse is honestly one of my all-time favorites. Now, I know what you're thinking. Thyme? Isn't that for cooking? Yes. But Creeping Thyme is different. It's like regular thyme's cooler. More adventurous cousin who decided to travel the world instead of staying in the kitchen. Here's why this is absolute magic for October planting. Creeping Thyme forms this dense, low-growing mat that literally chokes out weeds before they can even think about germinating. It spreads like a dream, filling in all those gaps where weeds love to pop up. And get this, it's tough as nails. We're talking drought-tolerant, deer-resistant, and it can handle foot traffic. You can actually walk on it, and when you do, it releases this amazing herbal scent that makes your whole garden smell like a fancy spa. Plant it now in October, and it'll establish roots before winter hits. Come spring, while your neighbors are on their hands and knees pulling weeds, you'll be sipping lemonade watching your thyme carpet do all the work. It loves full sun, needs practically zero maintenance, and here's the kicker. It blooms with these tiny purple or pink flowers that bees absolutely go crazy for. So you're not just stopping weeds, you're creating a pollinator paradise. The price? Most nurseries sell these in small pots for just a few dollars each, and they spread fast so you don't need many. Plant them about 6 to 8 inches apart, and they'll fill in beautifully. Total game changer. Ground cover 2, Ajuga. Alright, number 2. Let's talk about Ajuga, also called carpet bugleweed. Now, if you've got shady spots in your garden where nothing seems to grow except weeds, you need to hear this. Ajuga is about to become your new best friend. This plant is honestly underrated. It's one of those hidden gems that professional landscapers use all the time, but regular gardeners don't know about. And I think that's a crime because this thing is phenomenal. Ajuga has these gorgeous rosettes of leaves that come in deep burgundy, bronze, or variegated green and cream. It looks expensive, but it's not. Here's the magic. Ajuga spreads through runners, kind of like strawberries, creating this thick, weed-blocking blanket that nothing can penetrate. And in spring, it sends up these stunning blue, purple, or white flower spikes that look absolutely incredible. We're talking professional landscaping vibes on a DIY budget. October is perfect for planting Ajuga because it's a cool season grower. It'll establish now, stay semi-evergreen through winter in most zones, and explode with growth in early spring. It thrives in shade, tolerates some sun, and once it's established, it's basically indestructible. The best part? It's perfect for those problem areas under trees where grass won't grow and weeds take over. Plant it now and you're solving that problem permanently. Space them about 6 to 12 inches apart, give them a little water to get started, and watch them work their magic. Most garden centers sell these for just a couple of bucks per plant, and trust me, it's worth every penny. Okay, quick pause. If you're getting value from this and you're already planning which of these you're going to plant first, let me know in the comments below. Seriously, drop a comment and tell me, are you team creeping thyme or team Ajuga so far? I love hearing from you guys, and it helps me know what content you want more of. And if you haven't liked this video yet, go ahead and show it some love. That little thumbs up tells YouTube that this content is helpful, and it helps us reach more gardeners who need these tips. Plus, make sure you're subscribed because we've got 3 more incredible ground covers to cover, and you don't want to miss them. Alright, let's keep going. Ground cover 3. Sedum. Number 3 is Sedum, specifically the low-growing varieties like Sedum Acre or Sedum Album. Now, if you're in a dry climate or you just forget to water sometimes, no judgment, this is your plant. Sedum is a succulent ground cover, which means it stores water in its leaves like a little cactus. This thing is so drought-tolerant, you could basically ignore it and it'll still thrive. And weeds? Forget about it. The dense mat of fleshy leaves creates such thick coverage that weeds don't stand a chance. Here's what I love about Sedum. It's incredibly low maintenance. You plant it, you walk away, and it does its thing. It loves full sun, handles poor soil like a champ, and it's evergreen in most climates. Plus, it has these cheerful little star-shaped flowers in summer that add a pop of yellow, white, or pink depending on the variety you choose. October planting is ideal because Sedum establishes roots in cool weather and then just sits there looking pretty until spring when it really takes off. It's perfect for rock gardens, slopes, between stepping stones, anywhere you need coverage without the fuss. And can we talk about cost? Sedum is super affordable and propagates easily. You can buy a few plants, let them spread, or even divide them next year to plant more areas. Space them about 6 to 12 inches apart, and within a season or two you'll have solid coverage. This is smart gardening at its finest. Ground cover 4. Sweet Woodruff. Number 4 is Sweet Woodruff, and this one is special. If you've got woodland areas or deeply shaded spots where even shade-loving plants struggle, Sweet Woodruff is about to blow your mind. This plant is native to European forests, and it creates this lush, green carpet with delicate whorled leaves that look almost fairy tale-like. In spring, it's covered in tiny white star-shaped flowers that smell like vanilla and fresh-cut hay. Seriously, it's magical. But here's why it's on this list. Sweet Woodruff spreads steadily through rhizomes, creating dense coverage that completely blocks out weeds. And unlike some aggressive spreaders, it's manageable. You can control it easily if it gets too enthusiastic, but in problem-shady areas, you actually want it to spread. October is perfect for planting because it's a cool season grower that establishes quickly in fall. It'll stay green through mild winters and comes back strong every spring. It prefers moist, well-drained soil and deep shade, making it ideal for under trees, along north-facing walls, or in woodland gardens. The price point is fantastic. Most nurseries carry it in the perennial section, and a few plants will spread to cover a good area within a year or two. Plant them about 8 to 12 inches apart, keep them moderately watered as they establish, and you're done. Weeds won't know what hit them. Ground cover 5, Mazus Reptans. And finally, number 5, Mazus Reptans, also called creeping Mazus. This is the underdog of ground covers, and it deserves way more attention than it gets. Mazus is this low-growing, fast-spreading ground cover that forms a dense mat only about 2 inches tall. It's perfect for filling in between pavers, along pathways, or anywhere you need something tough that stays short. And in late spring, it's covered in these adorable little purple and white flowers that look like tiny snapdragons. Here's why it's brilliant for weed control. Mazus spreads aggressively through stolons, creating such thick coverage that weeds literally cannot break through. It handles light foot traffic, tolerates a range of conditions from full sun to partial shade, and it's semi-evergreen in mild climates. October planting works beautifully because Mazus establishes quickly in cool weather and then just keeps going. It's perfect for those in-between spaces where nothing else seems to work. It likes moist soil, so it's great for areas that stay a bit damp or alongside water features. The cost is incredibly reasonable, and because it spreads so quickly, you only need a few starter plants. Space them about 6 to 12 inches apart, and they'll knit together into a solid carpet faster than you'd expect. This is one of those plants that makes you look like a gardening genius without any effort. Okay, so now you know the 5 ground covers that are going to revolutionize your garden and kick weeds to the curb before they even start. But let me give you a few quick tips to make sure you're successful. First, prep your soil. Clear out existing weeds, add some compost if your soil needs it, and make sure the area drains reasonably well. Second, water your new ground covers regularly for the first few weeks while they establish. Once they're settled, most of these are super low maintenance. Third, be patient. Ground covers take a season or two to really fill in, but once they do, they're permanent weed solutions. And here's a pro tip that'll save you money. When you plant, stagger your plants in a triangular pattern instead of rows. This helps them fill in faster and creates better coverage with fewer plants. So there you have it. 5 incredible ground covers that you can plant this October to stop weeds before they start. You're not just saving yourself from hours of weeding next spring. You're creating a more beautiful, more diverse, and more sustainable garden. If you found this helpful, do me a huge favor and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you never miss our budget-friendly gardening tips. Drop a comment and let me know which ground cover you're most excited to try. Are you going with the fragrant creeping thyme? The shade-loving Ajuga? Let me know. And if you want more content like this, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and helps more gardeners find these amazing tips. Thank you so much for watching, happy planting, and I'll see you in the next one. Get out there and make your garden amazing.